Well, hello. Damn, let's see if turn off one of the lights in here. Let's see if it gets even better if I turn off the big light. Nah, that doesn't make any difference. The light from the monitor seems to be causing the whitewash. So I'm looking for loads, and man, I'm not sure if I talked about these loads earlier, but um, I was so confused. Like I got everything messed up on these damn loads. I you know I like whether it was picking up out of Vegas or Redlands, like the Katy, Texas, and the far west of Salt Lake City, Utah. Far west is Ogden, Utah, which is north of Salt Lake. Um, man, I got all the information on those two loads so mixed up. Like their pickup times, their pickup locations, everything. I got all of them mixed up. Uh, so let me tell you what's going on real quick, and I apologize for the audio. I forgot to bring my my Sennheiser headset with me. I left it at the house, and so the only option is the built-in mic on the laptop, or my Bluetooth headset. I could hook that. I could hook up the Bluetooth and use that as a mic. But I did a little test video real quick, and the audio quality seems tolerable with this built-in mic. So we're gonna roll with that. So I'm just checking loads right now, and I thought that this Utah load picked up tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And I thought this load picked up Saturday. Turns out I was backwards. And I thought that the Katy, this is Houston, Texas, this is Salt Lake City, Utah. I thought this load was picking up out of Redlands, California, and this Salt Lake load was picking up out of Vegas. So I got them completely backward, and I got them, the wrong pickup date, and the everything about them was wrong. So this Salt Lake City, Utah is the better load by far. Like, huge difference between the two loads. Number one, it pays better. It's shorter mileage. Like, it pays, this one pays like 80, like, okay, what is that? 14. Like, I have my calculator now. I'm going to tell you what's going on in a second as well. Which one do you divide by? 65 cents per mile. Is that right? That's not right. I did it backwards because it's paying. So 2151.56 divided by 1414. It's paying $1.52 a mile to USA Truck. I get 65% of that times 0.65. I get 98.9 cents per mile. I get 99 cents per mile. Plus the fuel surcharge. So let's do the whole math on it. So 2151.56 times 0.65. That's how much I make on the load. Plus fuel surcharge 274.36. 1672.87. Divided by 1414. $1.18 a mile. That is some shit. That is really crap. $1 out of LA, leaving LA at $1.18 a mile. That's terrible. The Salt Lake City, Utah is, let's see, 2738.29 divided by 692, paying almost $4 a mile. What is there to pull out of Salt Lake? Nothing. There is nothing to pull out of Salt Lake. But There's also nothing to really pull out of Houston. Let's get another load board up here for Houston. Houston, oh, no. Son of a bitch. Let's not do it with... There's a lot of major cities within 250 miles of Houston. If I do 250 miles around Houston, it'll be a list of 100. So there are some Oklahoma City loads coming out of Houston, but they're not until August 6th. I'm not going to sit around for 2 weeks on this load. And these are really crap loads. Like, they pay barely over $1 a mile, and they're max weight loads. New business cannot fail. Well, this is business that I don't want. Fuck these people. Like, these cheap ass shippers. Like, on short runs, you're supposed to be charging a premium. You're not supposed to do like 300-mile runs, 400-mile runs at $1 a mile. Yeah, you can get away with $1 a mile if it's like a 2,000-mile run, but not a 400-mile run. That's just ridiculous. Clarksville, Arkansas, if I remember correctly, is not really close to my house. And it doesn't pay very well. So most of these loads don't pay well. Here's one. Okay, picks up the 25th. When does the Houston load deliver? The 28th. So I couldn't do that. Like, this could make it worth my while. Going to Longview, Texas. Where the hell is Longview, Texas? I'm guessing that it's a Dallas suburb. I don't know where Longview is at. Where in the hell is this at? It's kind of a Dallas suburb, not really. But it's paying $1,000 to drive 200 miles up to Longview. But it most likely, like, there's probably a decent highway to get straight up there. Because there's a lot of good highways in Texas. If you have to take interstate stuff, you have to take 45 and then cut back across. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be like 300 miles, which is still nice. So if I go to Salt Lake City, there's nothing coming out of Salt Lake City. The only loads I've seen coming out of Salt Lake City are going to Oregon and California. So right now, everything on here is going to California. There was an Oregon load on here earlier, and whoever the jackass broker is that's putting this shit up, this is just, they're just making up numbers. $1,000. They're not using any kind of formula. They're just putting this shit up here at these crap prices. Like, this is so annoying. Like, I hate these brokers, these prices they're putting this crap up at. This 80, 90 cents, $1 a mile crap. Screw these people. So it's the 28th, right? Katy, Texas doesn't deliver until the 28th at 10 a.m. Now the thing about this is the 28th. So I pick it up tomorrow morning. Since I'm going to Vegas to pick this up, I could take I-40 all the way to Oklahoma City, stop by my house and do home time, and then go deliver it. This is a 2-drive shift load. I can do 700 miles. So this is... They're giving me 4 days. The 28th is Tuesday at 10 a.m. So I could leave Friday. And get... Well, no, if I go to Oklahoma City, it's going to be a lot more miles than this. Las Vegas to Oklahoma City. That 1,400 miles is not going through Oklahoma City. There's no way. So that's 1,100 miles. And then Oklahoma City to Houston. That's 445 miles. So it adds a couple of 100 miles. So it'd basically be about 1,600 miles if I went through Oklahoma City. The route they're probably wanting me to go is to cut down around Amarillo and take a highway across. There's a highway that basically goes across here, and that shaves off a couple 100 miles, I would suspect. Let's see. Las Vegas to Houston. How many miles does this say it is? It says it's 1,456, and this says 1,414. And yeah, it's probably longer than this, because this route looks like it has people going over it has you going over the Hoover Dam. You can't do that in a truck. Come on, my internet kind of sucks. Yeah. I think this is the route that goes over the Hoover Dam. Trucks have to take 95, if I remember correctly. So, if I take this load, I'm right here in San Bernardino. I would drive up 15 tonight, and well, real early in the morning I would drive up to Vegas, pick up the load, drive down here, and then go to Kingman, and then fuel up in Kingman. I would have to get fuel before going to Vegas. I burned a ton of fuel going through Grapevine. I forgot that you actually have to go up over the mountain from the north side. I thought that from the north side you just went down, and from the south side you went up. But no, you have to go up and over in both directions. So I burned a ton of fuel going up and over Grapevine. So 1,600 miles is going to be 2.5 drive shifts. So it would take me, in 1,200 miles, it would take me a drive shift, almost 2 full drive shifts, just to get to my house. So if I left around noon tomorrow, I would not have a full drive shift available to me when I left, number one. So I could get partway there. I could get to maybe Flagstaff. No, I'd be able to get further than Flagstaff. Winslow, Arizona, maybe. I don't know. I would have about 7 hours of drive time left when I left Vegas. So I'd be able to drive about 7 hours. And so the 7 times 6, 40, I would be able to knock out 420 miles. Las Vegas to Oklahoma City is 1168, and I would be able to knock out 420, which would get me down to 700 miles, which is pretty much a full drive shift. So Friday at noon, I drive for 7 hours, stop at 7 p.m., take a 10. So 7 to midnight is 5 hours. So 5 a.m. I would be able to drive again, and we'll say 12 hours, because you have to take a 30, and I might have to stop for fuel and all kinds of stuff. So if I leave at 5 a.m., 12 hours from there, I would get home approximately. Well, I would get to Reno, or not Reno. I don't live in Reno anymore. I would get to Oklahoma City at approximately 5 p.m. Saturday. Most likely a few hours later than that. Because something is likely to go wrong. So, $5 p.m. Saturday, and I have to be there. Let's see here. I have to be there by 10 a.m. Tuesday, and it is. Where did I put Oklahoma City? Oklahoma City to Houston is 445 miles. We'll do a 60 mile per hour average on that. 45 divided by 6, 7.5 hours. So we'll say an 8-hour drive there. To get there by 10 a.m., 8 hours. And I would probably give myself some extra time, a couple hours of extra time. So I would leave 10 hours early. So I'd leave at midnight. So I would leave I don't think Texas is in any kind of lockdown. I would be getting into Houston right during rush hour. Okay, so I'd probably leave like 9 p.m. Monday night. That would get me through Dallas in the middle of the night, like around midnight, 2 a.m., somewhere in that area. And I should be in Houston, so about 7 a.m. And I'll get to well, no, that's 10 hours. I would get there at about 5 a.m. And this is delivering to first available delivery. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's their first available delivery appointment, or it's first come, first serve on delivery. I think that means that's their first available delivery appointment. Southern Wine. Katy, Texas. They open at 8 a.m. They're closed Saturday and Sunday. They're 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. If you like to burn your 14 hours of service, this is the perfect place to do it. They don't care about you just playing inside with the forklift, walking around talking, or smoking outside. My appointment was at 8 a.m. I got in at 6:15 and was empty at 7:30. It's a clusterfuck getting checked in at gate. Lots of trucks. Overnight parking for about 3 trucks only. Gates open at 6:15. Check in at 8:20 in the sky. Don't take the load. Now they are in the lunch and get back at noon. I arrive at 10:50 to a door by dock number 96. The sign on the door said that they take lunch from 11 to 12. Door is locked. Still no answer, no reply. Yeah, this place sounds like a real shithole. So they're not going to take me early. Now their hours are 8 to 5. That might be their public hours. It sounds like they open up their gate at 6:15 a.m. So if I get there at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m., like all of 5 a.m. is a conservative estimate. I could get there as early as like 3:30. I'm gonna have to find some place to hang out until like 7, 8 a.m. That I might leave a little bit later because of that. So that's if I take that load. I would be home from Saturday night until Monday night. I would have Sunday and Monday at home. So I could be home in a couple of days. I could be home Saturday night if I take that load. But it pays dog shit. Like, I really don't want to take a cheap load out of LA because I kind of busted my ass to get here. And I made, a lot of sacrifices to sit around and wait for the right load to get here. And now there isn't crap. All right, what if I take the Salt Lake load? Well, the Salt Lake load doesn't have a 225-mile deadhead on it. I would not have to go to Vegas. Well, actually, yeah, I would still be going through Vegas. I make a lot more money on it. And I get to Salt Lake. The only problem is there aren't any damn loads in Salt Lake. Let's check and see what's available along the route. Because there's nothing in Salt Lake. Let's Laramie, Wyoming, 250 miles. There's more loads on here than there were earlier when I checked. So Fort Collins picks up on the 24th at 3 p.m. Yeah, I can't do that. This load doesn't even pick up till the damn 25th. So I need something after. Can I deliver this early? This is going to Associated Foods. Unlikely that I can deliver this early. The 27th is Monday at noon. So I would sit around and pick this up on Saturday morning, 9 a.m., and then deliver at noon on Monday. That gives me an extra day. So on this load, if I can get a hold of Percy, I could stop in Vegas and hang out with Percy for a couple hours on my way to Salt Lake. And let's go back over here to this. there aren't any loads as far out as the 27th on here. And these loads that they're posting don't really have a lot of downtime on them. There's not really, like, if I go through Oklahoma City on one of these loads, which I can't get any of these loads because all these loads pick up tomorrow. These were all just posted a couple minutes, maybe not a couple minutes ago, but recently, because when I checked earlier, there was only one Fort Collins load listed on here, and that was it. And I don't even know if that particular load is still on here, because I can't remember what it was. So Fort Collins, Denver, Sydney. What is this? Sydney, Nebraska. It's like Sydney, NE. What the hell is NE? New England? Sydney, Nebraska. Going to Sanger, Texas. But that doesn't pick up till the 29th. I need something that picks up on the 27th. And I'm not sure how far away Sydney, Nebraska is. So let's do Denver, Colorado. And then we'll do Kansas. Looks like the same loads. Let's do, what is a city? Let's just do Topeka, Kansas. I think that's too far west. Too far east. I need something further west. Let's try a destination. Okay, Beaumont, Texas. See, I need something out. Okay, here's a perfect one. Wisconsin. See, I can't make it to De Pere in that short amount of time. And that's too far out. Davenport, Iowa on August 2nd. I like this load. Okay, so if I do the Salt Lake City, I don't like the Houston load at all. 21,000 pounds. It's going to a really shitty delivery location. I hate delivering alcohol. I cannot stand alcohol deliveries. The receivers on alcohol deliveries. I mean, the shippers, I haven't had issues with the shippers. The shippers are usually really cool. But the receivers for alcohol deliveries I don't like dealing with them. They're way too casual with your time. And when it comes to you, they're real casual. When it comes to them, they're incredibly strict. Like, you must follow all of their rules. You can't arrive, they won't unload you early. They won't do this. They won't do that. But as far as getting you out of there quickly, or working with you on something, or um, anything like that, they're really strict about that kind of stuff. But when it comes to their kind of stuff, they're really casual. They're laid back about unloading you. Like when it's your appointment time, they're just really chill. They'll fuck off in there. They'll take forever. Um, they're not like Johnny on the spot about get your stuff. There's one exception to that rule, and that is there was a place I delivered in Florida. What was it? Was it Pensacola? I think it was Pensacola, Florida. There was a place I delivered an Anheuser-Busch load, and it was first come, first serve on deliveries, and that place was packed with USA trucks. And they, I'm curious what that load pays. We'll come back to LA here in a second. Let's do it. What? There's one going to Reno. It pays like $3 a mile, but it doesn't pick up for a month. That one, I think, just popped up there. I don't remember seeing that a minute ago. Reno, Nevada doesn't pick up for a month. Damn. So somebody's updating the load board. So I could actually pick up this load and come back to Mira Loma, I think is the LA area. Chino? No, this... Oh, I thought I saw Chino. I was like, Chino's way the hell up north. So yeah, that comes straight back to where I'm at right now. Where the fuck did I see Chino? There, that's where I saw Chino. Chino and Chino Hills. Chino? My buddy Ronnie grew up in Chino. Chino... Chico. That's what I'm thinking of, is Chico. Yeah, Ronnie grew up in Chico, and what was the other... I want to say it had a bunch of O's in it. Orland? Was it Orland? Or was it Oroville? I want to say it was Orland. There it is, Orland. He grew up in Chico and Orland. So Chico and Chino are two very different things. So, I mean, that's a possibility. I could go and take that. Okay, money-wise, that would be the best thing to do, is to grab this this load, go into Salt Lake, go take that thing up to Salt Lake. It delivers the 27th at noon. And Draper, Utah. Let's go over to Utah. Where is Draper? It would have to be right. There's no way I could make that. So the place I'm delivering at noon is way the hell up here. And then I have to pick up before 4 p.m. way down here in South Salt Lake. um, Far West. It's an hour. It's 60 miles. So I think this load delivers to a grocery place, Associated Food Stores, and they are probably going to take forever. The problem with delivering to these places is that grocery houses typically do piece count, so they take forever. Yeah, that's way the fuck up north. It's right off the interstate, though. So AFS, Associated Food Stores, Far West. That is a decent sized distribution center. Looks like this is probably their entry. I don't see a guard shack. So they probably have an intercom system right here with a gate, and you press the button, check in with them, and they open up the gate and let you in. And this is the gate to get out, and it's probably also like somebody physically isn't there. And it looks like people park here while waiting to get in, so they're probably really strict on their appointments, like most grocery houses are. They have a pretty high rating, which is very abnormal. Load was an hour late. They took it, unloaded it immediately with no issues, quick in and out. Cleanest grocery warehouse and bathrooms I've ever seen. Took this person over 8 hours to get unloaded, and they're pissed off because it's taking forever for them to get unloaded, and they keep seeing people outside taking breaks in large packs. Oh wow, they set up porta potties out here for the people who street park. Oh, they fucking have lumpers. What the fuck? This is a review for a locksmith. This is like some... They paid for positive reviews. I don't have to pay the lumper fee. I checked in with them, and they told me if I have any lumper fees, I do it exactly like a company driver, and I get an EFS number, and I don't have to pay for lumpers. Because I asked them about that because, like, I don't want to pick a load and think that that load is paying me a certain amount, and then I get there and, surprise, $500 lumper fee, and I don't get any information on lumpers on the load board. As you can see, this place is lumpers, and there's nothing on the load board that talks about lumpers. So I would pick the load, and it's paying $2,800, and get there, and it's like a $1,000 lumper fee, and I wouldn't have picked that load if it only paid $1,800 if I knew there was a $1,000 lumper fee. But they told me they take care of lumpers. I don't pay for lumpers, so I'm guessing that they charge the broker for the lumpers. So they may be able to take me early at this place. Let's refresh LA here. And while we're looking at this, I'm going to back up a second. What is going on? What am I doing right now? All right, well, I got to Stater Brothers, a distribution center here in San Bernardino. That is the load at the top of the load board. That is my current load. This would current and loads and pre-plans. Springfield, Oregon to San Bernardino, California. That's my current load. Now I'll scroll back down so you can peruse the load board while I'm talking. My appointment is at 12:30 a.m., so midnight tonight, basically. I got here at, I don't know, hour and a half ago. So about hour and a half ago would be 5, 10, about 4:30. I got here at about 4:30. Got my little fridge right here next to me. I want a Reese's Buttercup. There's a Reese's. I got Reese's Buttercups in the fridge. I like them nice and cold. So I went and tried to get unloaded early, and the guy was a little upset that I arrived there. I try to be very, very nice with shippers and receivers, regardless of how I actually feel. I try to be very nice, and I am typically. I can't think of a time when I've ever been rude or mean with a shipper or receiver. I'm always very nice with them because you don't want to. That's business. You always want to be professional and keep your personal feelings to your damn self. There's other ways to deal with issues that shippers and receivers piss you off about. All right, so this load going from Kingsford in Springfield, Oregon, down here to San Bernardino to Stater Brothers, this load pays absolute dog shit. This load basically just pays for fuel. I'm paying these sons of bitches to move their shit for them. And I got some attitude from the security guard. He was a little upset that I arrived early. I was like 8 hours early for my appointment. And he said, "Do you know what time your appointment is?" And I said, "I know I have to deliver it before 12:30." And he said, "No, 12:30 is your appointment time. I'm sorry if they told you that you have to deliver it before 12:30. All of the brokers and everybody knows that you can't get here more than 30 minutes before your appointment time. So you can be here at midnight at the earliest. You're not allowed on the property more than 30 minutes before your appointment time." And I was like, okay, all right. So I'll just have to go park somewhere until then. And he said, yeah. And I said, so I can just turn around, like I go ahead and pull in and turn around. He said, yeah. I was like, all right, cool. All right, I'll see you at midnight. But I was pissed off. I was really upset that, they're being little bitches and I'm paying to haul their shit. It really pisses me off. This is one of the biggest reasons I don't haul cheap freight. This is the cheapest load I've ever hauled. And it's a max weight load. It's like 78,000 something pounds. And they're paying me dog shit. So I'm burning the hell out of fuel. I'm putting extra wear and tear on my truck. And I went over a lot of mountains to get this load here. And it pays next to nothing. And they should be kissing my ass to haul this shit for them. It might have been better for me to just deadhead down to here or not come down here in the first damn place. Let's see. Let's check this out. Let's see if I made the decision to stay up in Portland and wait for a better load. Let's see if a better load would have ever popped up. I'm going to be pissed off if there's like an Oklahoma City load in here. There's not. I know there's not because I've already searched for Oklahoma City as a destination. Yeah. Okay, we're going to have to do no. Yeah. No. We're going to have to do an advanced search because there's a whole bunch of local crap in here. Let's do at least $500. So, Oregon, Washington, is there anything? Yeah, it's all Oregon and Washington. There is this one load to Wisconsin that doesn't leave until, for another week, and it's paying dog shit, $1 a mile, probably max weight. No, it's light. It's only 4,700 pounds, delivering to a Walmart. Walmart loads usually pay decent, like Regal Logistics. So yeah, waiting in Portland, the only loads are going to Northern California, Washington, and Oregon. That's it. And Northern California, I couldn't find any good loads coming out of Northern California. There are good loads that come out of Northern California, but they're rare. So, this one's going. See, the problem with this one is that it's going back up into Washington, and there's crap loads. So you're going to have to take like 80 cents a mile to get back out of Washington. But this one pays $3 a mile. Henderson, Nevada. Henderson is basically Vegas. I think Henderson is just outside of Vegas. So this would have actually been pretty good. If I could have gotten a Lodi, grabbed this out of Modesto, It's only a 41-mile deadhead from Lodi to Modesto. Get this load to Vegas, and then possibly get a load out of Vegas, like that Katy, Texas load is is coming out of Vegas. Or from Vegas, I could drop back down into Southern California and possibly get a good load. Well, let's get out of the what ifs and go back to the reality of where I'm at. So I'm sitting around for 6 more hours before I can deliver this load. I might try to take a nap. I'm really, really, really thinking about grabbing this load because this is Kimberly Clark, isn't it? Yeah, it's Kimberly Clark. Estimated weight 30,000 pounds. I'm going to tell you right now, this is paper product. It is not going to be 30,000. 30,000 is the absolute max it could possibly be. It's probably going to be like 15,000 pounds. The heaviest paper product load I've ever hauled was 27,000 pounds. So when they're putting in that estimate, that is like that's like heaviest possible. That's not actually what the load is going to be. So this delivers picks up Saturday and it delivers Monday, 12:15 p.m. 27th. And there isn't really any shit coming out of here. I could go ahead and grab that load. And the thing about it is that even if I just deadhead from there to Oklahoma City, it's still better than that Houston, Texas load. It pays better. The only better thing about that Houston, Texas load is that I will be home faster. With the Salt Lake load, I'm not going to be home until, I don't know, like Wednesday or Thursday of next week. At the earliest. Probably Thursday of next week at the earliest. Whereas and that's if I deadhead. Wednesday night probably if I deadhead. But the Houston load, I'll be home Saturday. So I'll be home like way earlier. No, I won't be home Saturday. Yeah, I will. No, I won't. Yep, yeah, I will. I'll be home Saturday. No, I won't. Yes, I will. Yeah, because the Houston load picks up tomorrow morning, whereas this one doesn't pick up until Saturday morning. But that Utah load that's sitting there, that's one of the good loads that I was talking about. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger on this Utah load. The only thing I can think of that would be better would be the Morgantown, Kentucky load. The problem with the Morgantown, Kentucky load is that, yeah, it pays like $4,800, but it's like way more mileage. Like, it pays like $2 a mile, where this one pays like $4 a mile. What's the fuel surcharge on a per mile basis? 138.57. Probably got this backwards. 20 cents a mile. That's like a solid fuel surcharge for current fuel prices. That's decent. That's reasonable. The BTF, the breakthrough fuel, a lot of that shit is like less than 10 cents per mile. I got a BTF that was 8 cents per mile on one of my recent loads. That kind of pissed me off because I calculate BTF at 10 cents per mile whenever I'm picking a load. My spreadsheet automatically sets anything that is BTF, it sets it at 10 cents per mile fuel surcharge. And that's pretty damn accurate. I hate BTF. It's really annoying. Ooh, wow. So this load, only pays 16 bucks, but it's $540 of fuel surcharge. So that's pretty sweet because you get 100% of fuel surcharge. So that is a heavy ass Coca-Cola load. Downey to Oceanside, 75 bucks. It's only 12 miles away, but man, yeah, somebody fucked up on that. You see all the other loads? They're 540 line haul, 16 fuel surcharge. So somebody put it in backwards, and that makes a huge difference in how much you're paid. So somebody was just like slamming these things in here and typoed. So you could probably do 3 or 4 of these. And, well, I don't know if you can do 3 or 4. It depends on, like, it's a live load and a live unload. You probably only do a maximum of maybe 2 of them a day. And it looks like they only load for like 5 hours. So no, you can only do 1 of these a day. All the delivery times are later than all of the pickup times. But I don't want to do local LA shit. Like, if they had loads like that in Oklahoma City, I would consider. You know, I'm sitting here thinking that I should get that Utah before somebody else snags it up. I was kind of hoping that one of these loads would disappear off the load board and take the decision away from me, or a better load would pop up. And so far, neither of those things are happening. Okay, so let's look at a map. Okay, so we're delivering to Salt Lake, Rock Springs. Let's look at Boise, Idaho. No, we want to do 250 miles. Okay, so coming back to Salt Lake, going to Tempe, Arizona. Okay. What other areas would I be willing to drive through or drive to? Let's check out Rock Springs, Wyoming. All these loads pick up too early. I think I'm going to grab the Salt Lake load. There's nothing on the load board that I can pick up after the Salt Lake load right now. But between now and the time I deliver the Salt Lake load, potentially there's something that might pop up. Say that's Rock Springs, Wyoming. Let's look in. Let's see here. So I could also go straight south to grab something down to 70. Like I wouldn't want to go all the way back to Vegas, but I could go down to Salina, Utah. Let's just see if there's a load out in the middle of nowhere. Nope. Let's try Denver again. $1 a mile stuff. Denver's a pretty crap place to pull freight from. Spring Hill, Kansas. It's Kansas City area. Yeah, let's take it down to 50 miles because that's pulling up Tulsa and all kinds of shit. Sparks, Nevada for $2 a mile. Sparks is Reno and Sparks are Sparks is like the industrial park of Reno. That's where I used to live. I lived in Reno and I lived in Sparks. I moved around a couple of times. All right, so Kansas. Let's check Colby, Kansas. $250 miles. I'm just trying to check along the route if I had to deadhead home. Is there anything worth picking up on my way? Where is Sidney, Nebraska? Right up here on 80. That would kind of be a bitch. Picked up in Sidney. I'm not sure what. You'd have to take a highway. And where the hell is Sanger, Texas? I want to say Sanger was out here by Amarillo somewhere. Oh no. It's North Dallas. Is that off 35? Yeah, damn. So Sidney, Nebraska to Sanger, Texas. How well does that pay? And can I pick it up? Sydney, Nebraska picks up July 29th. Yeah, I could pick that up. I wouldn't be able to stop at home. Far West, Utah to Sanger, Texas. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do to Sydney, Nebraska. So 536-mile deadhead. So this could actually be a little profitable. So if I can't find anything else between now and then just a second. I'm just going to go ahead and get the Utah load. Just because if somebody steals it at this point, I'm going to be pissed off. And the problem right now is the after hours and weekend dispatch people are there. And it may take them 30 minutes to assign it to me. If it were normal hours where my dispatcher, let me grab my phone, where my dispatcher was on duty, then just gonna get my phone pulled up so I'll get a message if they assign something to me. I'll get a pop-up message. So I'm gonna grab that. Okay, why did I grab that? Number one, $4 a mile, $5 a mile. That's a $4 a mile load. $4 a mile is toward the top end of the highest rate per mile loads I've seen coming out of LA on the USA Truckload Board. I'm sure on other load boards that there are super truckers pulling freight at $15, $20 a mile. I know those super truckers are out there because I hear about them all the time. But on USA Truckload Board, I think $5 a mile is the highest I've seen coming out of LA, and I can't remember how many miles was on that load. I want to say the absolute best I've seen was it was going out of some small town in Utah, South Utah. Or it was delivering to there. I can't remember which. It was paying $5 a mile. It was either going to or from. Let me pull the map back up. And St. George, Utah, that's where it was going. It was either to or from St. George, Utah. I think it was going to St. George, Utah. It was paying $5 a mile. So it wasn't a huge mileage run. Or it was coming out of St. George, Utah. It's paying $5 a mile. I can't remember which. Current active requests. What is this set to? This isn't set to anything. I want that to move from requests to assign really damn quick. So I'm probably going to fill up at the TA in Vegas. because I think fuel in Salt Lake sucks, and I know fuel in LA sucks. And the next load that I might be able to get is this Sydney, Nebraska. Now, I'm not going to pull this load yet. I'm going to wait to see if something better comes up. But it's a 500-mile deadhead, and what I'll basically do is I'll make the delivery, and then I'll drive for a day, set for a day, pick up this load, drive, deliver the load, and then after I make the delivery, I'll deadhead to my house, which is only like 120 miles from my house. Sanger, Texas to Oklahoma City. Do I really need to specify Oklahoma City's in Oklahoma? 154 miles, 2 hours and 15 minutes away. So yeah, I could make that delivery and then drive 2 hours back to my house and take as much time off as I want. I'm not going to be under pressure to get back out on the road because I'm under a load. So yeah. So far, I have a good plan to get me to my house and make some money along the way. And if a better load pops up between now and then a better load pops up. And it's taking the driver managers forever to get this crap assigned to me. Sons of bitches. I'm going to go throw my Reese's wrappers away. I'm parked about a mile away from Stater Brothers. There's a whole bunch of distribution centers here. And there's a little street with some businesses on it, and it's got a cul-de-sac at the end. And it was, I found it on Trucker Path as a street that allows street parking. And it's a big, wide street that has plenty of room for street parking on both sides. And there's tons of people parked up and down this road. It's a dead end with a cul-de-sac. And so there's quite a few people parked here. I really wanted to park in the other direction. I wanted to go down, turn around in the cul-de-sac, and park going the other way. Because I'm afraid that as we get later in the day, there's going to be people creatively parking here and get to the point where I can't turn around in the cul-de-sac because there'll be people parking in the cul-de-sac. I'm afraid that that's going to happen. If that happens, I'm fucked. I'm going to have to back out of here. I hope that doesn't happen. But I can already see dumbasses parked in the cul-de-sac right now. So, but there wasn't enough parking on the other side for me to do that. There weren't many spots available at all. So I just had to kind of park here. There's all kinds of creative parking happening up and down because there's a lot of warehouses and distribution centers here. And I saw a bunch of trucks parked in some weird spots when I was driving here. So what's really awesome about that Salt Lake load is it's only a couple miles from where I'm at. And I think the Ontario TA is only a few miles away. Wow, 30 miles? Fuck. finally. Now this is a backwards route. I can switch the two. There we go. Where does it say? Okay. So if I go I-10, which is what I would do, it's 26 minutes. $19.6 miles. And I saw a bunch of trucks going up and down this road, so that's probably the way I'm going to go out. After I make the delivery. And I'll go over here to the TA. Why is it not giving me the damn satellite view? There we go. Let's see if this place has docks. Kimberly-Clark Global Sales Incorporated. So this is probably where I'm going to be picking up. And where the fuck am I at? So, we got the 10. And there's the 215. Holy crap. I am, like, this is where I'm delivering Stater Brothers, and Kimberly-Clark is right here. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. So, yeah. It's right around the corner. But I need to go, the TA is over here somewhere. Right there it is. Right there's the TA. Like 20 miles away. So after I make my delivery, I'll drive over to the TA and hang out there tomorrow and tomorrow night. And I'll get enough fuel to get me to Vegas. Yeah, Henderson, Nevada, right outside of Vegas. Because I think it's 225 miles from here to here. Let's see. Redlands, California to Las Vegas, Nevada. 234 miles. God, the distance looks like it's so much further up here. So 697 total miles. It's Interstate 15 pretty much the whole damn way. It's a really, really good run. I don't know how bad the mountains are. I hear I-15 is a very lonely road, which I like. Flying J Travel Plaza. So I get to there, and then I might be picking up in Sydney over in here and taking that thing down to Sanger and then back up to my house. So I'll only have this gap right here where I won't be getting paid, but I'll be making a lot more money than if I took that load down to Houston. I'll be making at least $1,000 more if I get that Sanger, Texas load. I think we're good to go. So this is how I pick loads. This is what I sit around doing when I'm looking at load boards. After hours and weekend is so damn slow. They still haven't assigned that thing to me. It's pissing me off. If they come back and tell me somebody else requested it before me, I'm going to snap. I'm going to lose my damn mind. Just saying, let me double check the pickup and delivery times because they fuck up on this stuff whenever they assign it to you. I'm actually going to put this into my spreadsheet. Just in case, so I'll have it to reference. So it picks up the 25th at 9 a.m., delivers on the 27th at 12:15, so noon. And the actual rate per mile that I make is $2.77 per mile. The actual amount of money I make on that load is $2,000, $1,900, $1,918.46. $1,918.46. Let me see if, there you go. You can see it now. Yeah, there it is. I pasted it in down here. This is the load. I make $2.77 a mile on it. I want to make $2,000 on that load. And then the if, let me switch back over to this. If I get this load, let's copy this. Now it's BTF, so it's going to calculate it at 10 cents per mile. Fuel surcharge. Let me just, there we go. It's only $1.04 a mile, but it's better than not making anything at all. So that delivers on the 31st, the 27th, and the 31st. So the 27th and then the 31st, and then I'll be home for the weekend. And that is a $3,000 week. Not great, but it gets me home. And, fuel's going to come out of that as well. So it'll be like probably about $2,000 that I'll make out of that. Hopefully I find something better than that Sanger, Texas load. Sydney, Nebraska to Sanger, Texas. Let's see how it routes me on this. It gets pretty crazy on the highways here. So it has me going 80. And instead of taking 183 all the way down, it has me cutting across on 9 and a whole bunch of other stuff and then taking 81 down. So it's a whole lot of highways. Let's take a look at this 183. Looks like a divided highway. Nope. 2-lane bidirectional, but it has a shoulder. But that's right next to a town. Let's see if it spreads out outside of town. Nope. At least it's got a big shoulder. Highway 9 is also a 2-lane highway. Highway 9 and 24, this is also damn 2-lane highway. Shit. Yeah, that route is all, pretty much all 2-lane highways. What about this 385? Where did you go, 385? This thing does not have a shoulder. Oh, here we go. No, never mind. I got my hopes up. That looked like a divided highway. That one's got a skinny shoulder. So it looks like the one Google is recommending has, that's the best highway. But it's, a few hours of driving on 2-lane bidirectional highways. Several hours, actually. That's probably a couple 100 miles of driving on those highways. Well, that's 155 miles. Straight line. So it's probably close to 200. 200 miles on some crappy highways. And I would be swinging up out of my way to Sydney to grab the load and then swing back down to make a little extra money. And then I would have to turn back around and come back up to Oklahoma City. And it's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. If this load was available, I would snag this shit up. This is just north of Phoenix. And then I would look for a load out of Phoenix. And this is going straight in the direction I need to go. And it goes through Kingman, where I get cheaper fuel. But it doesn't pick up for 6 days. I'm not going to sit around for 6 days waiting on that load. Because that is the best load on this page. If it were available right now and I was picking between these 3 loads, this Prescott Valley load is the one that I would take. To give you an idea of how shit the Portland loads are, there are loads that you can pick up in Portland, Oregon to go to Prescott Valley, Arizona. It's like 1,200 miles, almost 1,300 miles, and they pay $1,500. But taking a load 400 miles from Redlands to Prescott Valley pays $2,100. So it is more profitable for you to take a cheap load down here to Redlands or San Bernardino or Fontana or whatever, and then take this short little run over. You make a lot more money than if you take something directly from Portland to Prescott Valley. That's the reason I came down here to this area, is because the loads coming out of this area pay so much more than the other loads. So looks like I'm gonna make some decent money for next week. And hopefully a load pops up coming directly out of the Salt Lake area, going to like somewhere close to my house or through my house. I could also, instead of going up to Sydney, this Fort Collins load might actually be better, but that thing picks up tomorrow. Like, the thing is that this Sydney to Sanger, I'm probably going to be able to find a better load than that, because that load kind of pays shit and it's out of the way. I would like to find something like Fort Collins is right on my way to Oklahoma City from Salt Lake. I would drive right through there. It would be on my way. And Fort Worth is, this load, even though it pays a little bit less, is a lot better than this load. This load's on my way. This load is a couple hundred miles out of route. So add a couple hundred miles to this. It's actually closer to 1,000 miles. Whereas this one is actually, 814 miles. And it's paying real fuel surcharge versus this one that's breakthrough fuel, these cheap fucks. That's probably like 8 cents a mile fuel surcharge on that crap. So this Fort Collins load pays better. And it's going almost the same place. So we'll see if more loads pop up between now and then. I'm not going to grab this Sydney, Nebraska load because it's kind of a shit load. But there are options. If, it comes down to it and I can't find anything else between now and then this thing should be on the load board for 6 more days. Nobody's going to grab that crap. That is a crap load. But I may end up grabbing it. But I'm going to wait until the last minute to grab that load. And I'm not going to be upset if it disappears on me at the last minute. That's just 200 miles I don't have to do. Actually, closer to 400 or 500 miles I'm not going to have to do, because I'm not going to have to go out of route to pick up the load. And I'm not going to have to drive back up from Dallas to my house. I'll be able to just go straight to my house. So I won't have to drive 150 miles past my house to Dallas and then 150 miles back up to my house. So that's 300 miles there. And then 200 miles out of route to pick the damn thing up. So save myself 500 miles of driving. And I'm not really making very much money on the load. I'm not really a big fan of deadheading 1,200 miles. But I'm going to try really hard not to deadhead 1,200 miles, because that's going to cost me a decent chunk of change in fuel. after hours and weekends have still not assigned that load to me. They are so ridiculously slow. It may take them 2 or 3 hours to assign that to me. That's how slow they are. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to eat some of this. I just keep refreshing this because at any moment they could throw a new load on there. Oh crap! I had it. I still had it on my spreadsheet. I've been bouncing through the load boards. Is what I've been doing, is bouncing between the load boards, and I just keep refreshing it because at any moment they could add a new load. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to microwave some of this Chester's chicken. Turn my light on. Let me grab. Where's my plates? Oh, the plates are over here. Grab a huge, massive stack of plates. Let's grab a couple pieces of chicken out of here. I mean, I'll eat as many as I can because I mean, this stuff probably not going to keep for too terribly long. So we'll try to eat as much as we can. We'll throw it in the microwave. Do a minute and a half. See if that does the trick. And the guy gave me a whole bunch of barbecue sauce. He gave me like 5 of these barbecue sauce things. Let's see how many he gave me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he gave me 5. He gave me exactly 5 for 10 chicken tenders. So get to dip the hell out of some barbecue sauce. So I'm gonna play Netflix, or actually I'll probably hop on one of the games that I play and screw around for a minute. Just see what's up. But I think I'll end the video there. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. And we're headed to Salt Lake. And I got a day to hang out at the TA here in Ontario, California. I'm going to make this delivery at midnight. They will probably take like 3 hours to unload me because it's a food warehouse. And so 3 a.m.-ish is when I'm going to head over to the TA. 3, 4 a.m. is usually a pretty good time to look for a parking spot at a truck stop. So hopefully I get lucky with a spot over there. If not, then I might have to like loiter around and wait for a spot to open. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I need to get over there and find a spot, hang out there, and I think I probably have enough fuel in the truck to set until Saturday. And you know what I might do is, instead of setting in, no, wait a second. I was about to say I might go ahead and just drive to Vegas to pick up, be ready to pick up the load on Saturday. No, this load picks up here in Redlands. It's the Katy, Texas that picks up in Vegas. So I'm just going to sit there until Saturday morning and then drive 20 miles back over. And I'll grab whatever fuel I need to get me to Vegas. And then take off from Redlands. It's crazy because the load I'm delivering is San Bernardino. The load I'm picking up is Redlands. And they're like 100 yards away from each other. The 2 distribution centers, you can probably see one from one parking lot from the other parking lot. But yeah, I'm going to head up to Salt Lake. I've never been on Interstate 15 between Vegas and Salt Lake, so this will be a new experience for me. And I might drive up there real casual. I might haul ass up there. I don't know what I'm going to do. There's a Flying J on the way, and I suspect, like halfway there, there's a Flying J. And I suspect that since there's not a whole lot of traffic on I-15, that Flying J probably has an open parking lot all the time. So, you know, I might drive for 5 or 6 hours, hang out at the Flying J, and then, you know, finish out the drive in 2 shifts. I may not drive all the way there in a single shift. I may take it kind of casual on the way up to Salt Lake. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And hopefully a really, really awesome load pops up out of Salt Lake headed east. That would be amazing. We'll refresh again before I stop the video. Nope, nothing. And all the loads on here don't pick up until August 3rd. Now I could come back down to LA, but this thing pays absolute crap to come back to LA. So whoever the asshole broker is that's putting up Salt Lake loads is just a dick. The broker putting up Salt Lake loads is like, if I met them in real life, I would probably punch them in the face, because they're putting up some really shitty prices on these loads. The broker out of LA is putting up some reasonable prices on some of the loads. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll get this uploaded, and I'm going to go watch some Netflix or play a video game or something, and then maybe try to take a nap. It's not really critical that I get a nap in, because I'm not going to be driving anywhere after I deliver this. I'm just going to be going over to the TA and hanging out all day tomorrow and tomorrow night, and then getting loaded Saturday morning, and then like pimp walking to Salt Lake for a couple of days. If I can get a hold of Percy between now and then I might stop in Vegas and go give him a hug. Really, I can't think of a real reason to hang out with him in person, because I mean, all we're going to be doing, whether we're in person or away from each other, is talking. So I've never really seen a big reason to see people in person. I don't know. I don't get a kick out of it. If we're not going to be doing any physical interaction, then like, why can't we just send messages or talk or something? So it's not a big deal to me to stop in Vegas. And if I have to get an Uber over to where he's at and back and all that stuff and spend a lot of money on that, then it may just not be worth stopping. But I'll still try to get a hold of him between now and then. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.